Da, 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 da. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it. We test it. You play it. And now it is time to blow off some steam as Aperture Gaming is proud to present a boss review. The following game that I'm about to review came out in late September of this year, and it is still in early access. Now, we here at Aperture, well, we like science, and we like science fiction, so do we like this video game? Well, let's see what the review says. And now, on to the main event. Here we go.
Series.
The name of the game is Breachway, and as far as I can tell, it is not a sequel, prequel, or in-between-quel.
Team.
This game was developed by Edgeflow Studio and published by Hooded Horse.
Plot.
It is the future. There is space, there's people in space, and there is travel in space. The plot explains how a mysterious space station was conducting an experiment when an explosion goes off. A group of scavengers find this data core, and after learning there's some secrets inside, and while continuing to unlock these secrets, have to now go on a quest across the galaxy. And here's what. You have to escape one part of the galaxy and try to find where this information originated from, trying to get the answers, all while surviving faction warfares and pirates, and all while doing resource management for you, your crew, and your vessel.
Gameplay controls.
The gameplay, it's kind of like a story, but it also mixes in various other elements. So, like, when you're not flying around, you'll get an option where, do you want to attack first? Do you want to wait to power up your weapons? Or do you want to pass by this area? Like, you'll get options for when you're navigating around. The navigation map, it kind of reminds me of the Star Fox 64 map, but here's what. Some areas you have to go forward, and in some other areas you can switch off to side areas and go left, right, up, down, forwards, and backwards. And here's what. After the tutorial, you pick which ship you want. And if you do a certain set of requirements, you can actually unlock more ships. As you go from node to node, you have to watch your fuel consumption. You have to figure out which areas do you want to visit to. Do you want to help people? Do you want to help your factions? Do you want to lower your credibility with other factions or raise them? And then you get to the actual combat. It is a turn-based card combat, so it's you versus another ship. You have to figure out resource allocation, like you have to build and save up energy for. There's energy, there's creating, and then there's weapons, offense and defensive stuff. You can move stuff around, but you run the risk of overheating your ship. So you have to figure out the best way to calculate and use your abilities. And with the crew on board, as you travel, your crew will be able to do some actions for you, and you have to recharge by doing more movement in the next turns. So yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot to absorb, but the tutorial explains it, and it's pretty fun when you get into the actual gameplay.
Graphics.
Alright, so the characters, there's just stock photos. No. There's stock illustrations of the characters, but the solar system moves around. The ships look amazing, and inside the space stations you can move the camera around. You can also move around the ship's cameras of your ship and the enemy ship during combat, which also helps to target certain areas. Everything looks really great. It has a very good sci-fi feel and a good variety of colors. Some stuff looks like a military vessel, some stuff looks like it's built for speed, and you have the variety of, sometimes, like you have the laser attacks, the shields, the missiles, so you have a good variety of visual effects, all in the sci-fi bracket and color palette.
Audio.
The audio also is in the sci-fi range. Now, during like the story narrative parts, you don't hear anyone say anything, but in some instances when you're doing combat, like you'll hear shields raised, or we've been hacked, or we've taken a hit to the hull as captain, so like you'll hear these during and then you have the very synthetic synth music. The music base is changed on from the title screen, from navigation, story. There's sound effects for you inside the space station, and of course there's the electronic noises for when you have to make your choices. So yes, It has the very typical sci-fi sound effects, but it all works out because that's the genre you're working with. And everything does sound good, and it does match up pretty good with all of the visuals too.
Multiplayer.
No, there is no multiplayer.
DLC.
No, there is no DLC.
Issues.
Alright, so this game came out in September 26th of this year. Now, since it's released in early access, that means they're still trying to sort some issues and bugs out here and there. I didn't encounter anything really tech-breaking. Everything, the gameplay is fine, didn't have any problems. But the way the game is set up, it reminds me of the game that I reviewed a little while ago. Anomaly Collapse. It reminds me of that because if you fail, you have to start an entirely new run, so semi-permadeath thing. But if you complete certain things, then you can, okay, you made it to this boss, so now you can unlock this ship to try again for your run. And basically, everything is based on random chance and encounter. So first you pick your ship. Each ship has strengths and weaknesses, and as you fly through the thing, as you fly through the galaxy, sometimes, oh, you'll encounter an incredibly strong enemy, or oh, the space station that was over here this time is now moved over there this time, or oh, you do a random roll, and this thing will, oh, get fuel points here, or they won't be there this time. So yeah, it's kind of annoying how the whole, I get the gameplay feature, I get how it's supposed to be random each time, so no two playthroughs are exactly the same. But with how much combat you go through, traveling from one location to another, I kind of feel it'd be better to have healing abilities. Because when I played through this a couple of times, after I played it a few times, I was like, man, I really wish I could heal up. And then when I was playing through with a different way, it was like, oh, Captain, I was able to restore a couple of points of health to our hull. So it's like, seriously? I think it, and then it happens? So yeah, it does, yeah, I think it needs to do a little bit more balance between, a little more better balance with the difficulty. Hopefully they'll get stuff sorted out by the time it's ready for the official, not early access release.
Buy, rent, or pass.
Okay, so I kind of ranted a little bit there about it being early access with the problems going on, but overall, I found this title very satisfactory. I liked the music, I liked the visuals, I liked the gameplay elements. I have done some card-based, turn card-based games in the past, and I really like how they worked it for this one. There's a lot of information that's overwhelming at first, but if you play the game a couple of times, you get used to it and you find it enjoyable. So I'd say that this game is a definitive buy.
Overall score.
Yes, so the game, like I said, is in early access, but I still had fun playing it. The random encounter thing, I get how it helps add to the replay value, but it also feels like, okay, this is kind of scaled up in difficulty as a set to fail option. But hopefully, maybe if it gets some feedback, or maybe after it's officially in full release, they'll be able to tweak a few things. And who knows? Possible updates maybe make things more interesting. I liked the visuals, the audio. I liked everything about this game. A few nitpicks here and there, but we here at Aperture Gaming are proud to give Breachway a 9.5. A 9.5 out of 10. Yes, I found the game enjoyable, and I hope you find it enjoyable too. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337. Thank you for watching. I'm glad we got a chance to blow off some steam by doing this boss review. Thank you for watching Aperture Gaming, and until next time, game on, and have a nice day.